I get it, you're staring at a shelf full of shiny coffee machines and wondering if any of them will actually make your mornings easier instead of just adding another gadget to the counter. The fear of spending a lot of money on something that sounds amazing on paper but ends up gathering dust is real, especially when you're trying to decide between a budget drip brew and a high-end espresso rig. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The whole automatic coffee machine market feels a bit like a tech circus. There are machines that promise barista-level drinks at the push of a button, and then there are those that need a manual grind, tamp, and a lot of patience. What makes the decision tougher is that most brands throw a lot of jargon at you: microfoam, pressure-controlled brewing, smart connectivity, without really explaining how those features translate to your daily cup. That's why I dug into the Jura Z10, read the specs, and looked at the overall rating trend before hitting record. The rating sits at a flawless 5.0 from over 2,000 reviewers, which tells me that, at least on paper, people are pretty satisfied. Jura has built its reputation on delivering machines that feel like they belong in a CAF rather than a kitchen. Their focus has always been on consistency. You push a button, you get the same shot or latte every single time. That consistency is mostly a product of the way they move water through the coffee puck, and the Z10 takes that a step further with what the brand calls 3D brewing technology. In plain English, the water isn't just forced straight down. It's guided to flow evenly through the grounds, which reduces the chance of over-extraction in some spots and under-extraction in others. For a drinker who cares about flavor balance, that can be the difference between a bitter, uneven espresso and a smooth, nuanced cup. The Z10's exterior is a sleek aluminum body in a crisp white finish, and it comes with a glass milk container that holds 16.9 ounces. That container isn't just for show, it's designed to keep milk at a stable temperature for longer, which is handy if you frequently make cappuccinos or lattes throughout the day. The glass also makes it easy to see how much milk you have left, so you won't be caught mid-latte with an empty pitcher. The machine's footprint is a bit larger than a single-serve pod brewer, but it's still narrow enough to fit on most kitchen counters without dominating the space. One of the headline numbers that catches attention is up to 32 different specialties, hot or cold. In practice, that means the Z10 can handle everything from a straight espresso to a chilled Americano, a hot chocolate, or even a macchiato with a dollop of foam. The cold extraction process is particularly noteworthy. When you ask for a cold brew or an iced latte, the machine doesn't just brew hot and then chill the liquid. It actually uses a lower temperature extraction that preserves the bright, fruity notes you'd expect from a well-made cold coffee. If you've ever tried to make iced coffee with a regular espresso machine and ended up with a bitter, over-diluted drink, you'll appreciate that nuance. Let's walk through a typical weekday for a family of 4. Mom wakes up at 6 a.m., pushes the espresso button, and gets a single shot that's ready in under a minute. The machine's built-in grinder, which we're not naming specs for, adjusts the dose automatically so there's no guesswork. By 7 a.m., the teenage kids are downstairs, each wanting something different. One wants a hot chocolate, the other a cold brew. The Z10 handles both simultaneously: 1 cup hot, 1 cup cold, thanks to its dual temperature system. The milk container stays cool enough for the cold brew, and the hot chocolate comes out with a creamy texture because the machine froths the milk directly from the glass jug. By lunch, the parents can press a button for a quick cappuccino while checking emails, and the machine cleans the brew group automatically after each use, meaning there's no extra scrubbing time. Now, consider the opposite scenario: a single professional who only drinks a plain espresso at the office. For that person, the Z10 might feel like overkill. The machine's 32-drink menu is a luxury you won't fully exploit, and the glass milk container occupies space that could be used for other kitchen items. If you're on a tight budget, there are smaller Jura models or even non-Jura machines that can produce a decent espresso for a fraction of the price. The Z10's price point reflects its extensive menu and the precision of its 3D brewing, so you have to ask yourself whether you'll actually use those extra features or just let them sit idle. Strengths become clearer when you think about the real-world moments the Z10 shines in. The even water flow means you get a consistent taste from cup to cup, which is a big win for coffee enthusiasts who notice flavor drift. The cold extraction capability eliminates the need for a separate cold